as does this story as well. Keir Starmer pledging to renegotiate Brexit to secure a security pact with Brussels in a bid to tackle the migrant crisis. He wants the UK to regain authority to lead investigations into human trafficking and cross-border crimes. However, the PM has vowed not to cross the red lines of restoring freedom of movement. Let's speak with Steven Woolfe, Director at the Centre for Migration and Economic Prosperity. I'm a bit confused here, Steven. I'm not an international diplomat. I've never been a politician. I wouldn't in any way, shape or form be able to give you word for word what the Brexit deal said, but I covered it extensively and I've got a rough idea. And I'm pretty sure you don't need to renegotiate anything in the Brexit deal in order to control channel migration. Is that about right?
You're absolutely correct. If you want to try and stop channel migration or the illegal migrants coming over from France to the UK, we have a number of options. Those options have been explored at length in the Home Affairs Select Committee. Amongst those options is that we can return boats to France under the law of the sea. It's just that our government and our civil servants and the lawyers on behalf of the civil servants have refused to take that option. We can also create a big deterrent effect by ensuring that those who are coming across the channel are actually exported to another country for assessment. We tried to do that under Rwanda, and again, they were thwarted by the courts, those non-governmental organisations and charities who sought to oppose it. And so what we've got now is a situation where Keir Starmer is saying that the only way that we can stop the people coming across the channel illegally is by stopping the gangs. And the only way that we can stop the gangs is if Britain takes charge. And this is where it comes to the very interesting, very small point about renegotiating the Brexit deal, Ian, is that in the Brexit deal, the Europeans rejected any option for British security services or intelligence services using something called Eurodac. Eurodac is a database of fingerprints, which at the moment we understand is being used for those who are claiming asylum in different parts of Europe when they enter. All that he's seeking to do is renegotiate with the European Union to get access to Eurodac and then say we can take charge of tackling the people smugglers ourselves. Why does he need to do that when it needs to be a cross-border thing and he's at Europol, which has the power to do it?
And why make this noise very publicly about renegotiating Brexit? Why even mention the word Brexit? I mean, he knows that that would be clearly that people like us are going to go, hang on a second, just a moment, we're renegotiating Brexit. I'm sniffing something else going on here, Stephen.
Well, that's exactly right. I mean, it's very clear that Keir Starmer is now a two-tier Keir in terms of his promises on justice. He's two-tier Keir in terms of his promises on taxation. And he's two-tier Keir on his promises not to reverse Brexit. This is a very big, strong fig leaf being sent out and messaged very clearly to all those who supported the Labour Party because they felt that they could renegotiate Brexit and actually reverse it. Is a very big message to the Fabian Society members, the very intellectual, what they call the intellectual basis, and London-centric groups of people who support Labour, that we will actually now go back into the European Union and we were going to use this as one of the cruxes of our argument to be able to access future relationships with Europe. It's clear that they want to end Brexit, get back in, and he's now sending that message out.
Do you, I was about to say, I mean, that must be the only thing, the seed he's trying to sow here. There can't be any other.
Well, absolutely, and I think it's a kind of dishonesty. But you've had lots of people on your previous segment talking about dishonesty of politicians. This clearly sends out that message that that's what we've got in this country too. Yeah. If he really wants to go down the line of changing Brexit when he said that he wouldn't do it, or reversing Brexit when he wouldn't do it, all we're going to look at is this class of politicians that are part of the Labour group are dishonest too. And that's not very good for the health of a democracy. It's exceedingly bad for the way that people will look at the future of our democratic institutions. But I fear that they don't care. They just genuinely don't care. They want to get back to this autocratic situation where it's the blob, as Matthew Elliott, a journalist for The Telegraph, talks about, very clearly are in control, and they're going to aid them to do that.
Yeah. I fear you are bang on, as you often are. Stephen, thank you. Stephen Woolfe, Director, Centre for Migration and Economic Prosperity.